Hello, you beautiful specimens of the SHIB army. How is it going? It's your boy Sam from Armor Trading here, and today we'll be looking into the Dogger Analytics. Is it Dogger Linux Analytics? It's something like that. It's the Shibaswap Analytics, nonetheless, for staking your tokens onto the Shibaswap exchange. Now, this was released this has only just come out, very recently. I think potentially it's been out for a day or so, but this is highly interesting for anyone who has currently staked any of their stuff. Like, if you're burying the token, you are entitled to this sort of reward. So it's very good to see what SHIB is actually offering its investors and its liquidity providers. You know, very positive stuff from SHIB to actually show all this data and to see exactly, to show have full transparency with shareholders within the current liquidity pool, right? So if we have a quick look, right, reward per 1,000, and we just go up to the top, right? So Bone to WETH is the best Bone reward pool. So if you're providing liquidity through Bone and WETH, you are entitled to 2.84 Bone per day. Now, I'm actually not too sure how much Bone is going for. Let's have a quick look. So Bone is currently going for $3.45. So you're going to be making on $1,000 around. It's near to around $8 to $9 a day from an initial $1,000 investment. Now, that is per day, ladies and gentlemen. That is an amazing return. You would not get that sort of interest from a bank. You wouldn't get that sort of interest from a mortgage exchange. You wouldn't get that from anywhere, really. Like, getting $9 per day on a $1,000 investment is almost unheard of nowadays. So that is a positive. Like, basically what's happening is the Shibaswap exchange are trying to lure people to start providing liquidity through Shibaswap exchange because they're basically incentivizing their own platform. And they're going to try and get as many people on here as possible to boost this liquidity even higher. We see the liquidity is super high. As of July 17th, as you can see, we currently have $1.6 trillion worth of liquidity, which is absolutely unreal. And, you know, as we've seen as well, you know, you see the volume fall off, but that's just because Shibaswap was new when this came out. So obviously the hype does eventually die down a little bit. But even when it's been down, you still see, even today, $48 million worth of volume has been put in to the Shibaswap liquidity pool, which is just absolutely ridiculous to think about. $48 million, this is unreal. And, you know, the amount of returns that they're actually giving out is very nice. Now, let's have a quick look here. So the yearly / monthly / daily ROI. So as you can see right here, SHIB to Bone. So if you're providing SHIB and Bone tokens sort of as a collective, you're entitled to 2.36 Bone per day. And that equates to a 0.82% daily investment. So you will get 0.82% return of your initial investment, right? So that 0.82% by the time, let's put this in perspective. So it would take about 132 days, I believe, and you will get your full investment back. So you would just be doubling your money. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. The liquidity pool is absolutely nuts. And as long as as long as all the stable tokens within this don't obviously hit rock bottom, you'll be entitled to a very nice amount, especially looking at the whole liquidity currently. Like, everything is looking up for this Shibaswap liquidity. The bury feature looks very strong, and I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of it. And, you know, I think that there is a lot of positives to come from this liquidity pool. I think that is a fantastic idea from SHIB, and I love how they managed to use their dog theme to be able to create the different sort of, you know, the different subjects of this Shibaswap exchange. So obviously you have the dig feature, so you can dig your bones up. So basically what this is once you bury the tokens, so once you stake the tokens using the bury feature, you can then dig up the bones, and obviously you get those bones back, right? And obviously the fetch feature, the swap feature, bone folio, which is what we've been looking at, a Dogalytics, and Woof. So this is where you can claim your Woof returns and your rewards, which is lovely to see. You know, everything is good, and you can see the first amount of Woof is being given out in 8 hours, which is exciting. What I want you all to do, right, when you redeem your Woof tokens, or when you get your Woof returns, I want you to tweet me and show me how many Woof returns you have got, because I think it's going to be very, very nice, especially for the amount you probably invested in this. And I'm going to take full advantage of this, and I will be investing. I just need to, I've now recently set up a MetaMask, because all of my stuff was initially on Binance. So I'm going to try and get some shares and stuff on MetaMask and use this Shibaswap feature, because why not? You're doubling your investment. So there is absolutely no harm in it from what I can see currently, right? So, you know, that was just a quick overview of the Dogalytics and the Shibaswap exchange. I think it's a fantastic site. Honestly, like, if the devs keep developing in this manner, Shibaswap could be something insane. And I'm not even saying that as cap. I actually mean that. Like, Shibaswap is showing such power. And you can see here, look how many. Look, the base reserve, that is ridiculous, man. Like, oh my goodness, that is a lot of SHIB tokens. Like, there is so many positives being put on at the moment. But anyway, we're going to get onto the graphical analysis, because it's important for you all to know roughly whereabouts this token is going to go. And I'm going to try and provide daily updates for SHIB, because it's something that I'm interested in, clearly. And it's something that I know a lot of you are also interested in as well. So without further ado, let's go on to the market analysis. So as you can see on the bearish flag that I drew a while back, you can see this is almost coming to fruition, and we're almost breaking out of this resistance level. Now, one bad thing currently is that BTC hasn't popped up yet, and I think we may need BTC to pop up for this to happen, but BTC is also in a bearish flag at the moment. So, you know, we are just waiting for that to explode, and then this is going to explode with it, in my opinion, obviously. And nothing within this video is financial advice. It's all for entertainment purposes only. I wanted to make that clear to all of you. So, you know, if you're thinking of investing within Shiba Inu, be sure to do your own due diligence and your own market research before entering into this security, right? So I just want to cover all bases there. Like, you know, I just study business and management at the end of the day. So what do I know? But, you know, I have learned parts of how like sort of crypto and stocks works. I know the basics of it, and I'm sort of trying to put forward to all of you what I know, right? So that's where we're at with it. So again, looking at this graph, you can see we are testing this resistance level, and I think that we're going to see a breakout very soon. This graph, this bearish flag that we have been in for a while was only getting thinner, and the margin of error for Shibaswap is getting narrower, and at some point it is going to have to break out of this line here. And you know, this line is pretty, it's a good indicator of where we've been at. So you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 now 9. So 9 touch points of resistance, and you know, a good 1 2 3 4 about 4, almost 5 levels of support. So, you know, this is a fairly good indicator of what we're going to see. You know, I might be wrong with it, but, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles at the end of the day, right? So, as well, looking at the RSI is currently very neutral. Absolutely zero price action going on at the moment. No buying power, no selling power. It's pretty much just staying stagnant at 46 currently. But, you know, there's no real signs of it popping up either. Like, I'm going to be honest, there's not. However, on the MACD, you can sort of see we are edging upwards, and we are edging towards seeing that golden crossover. So if that could happen, that may be the catalyst to push us over and push us into like breaking out of this bearish flag that we've been in for so long. So very, very interesting to see what happens here. But, you know, we're going to have to stay tuned for all of this. Now, you see this is on a 1 hour graph as well. So, you know, this isn't looking at the bigger picture. So let's zoom out a little bit so you all can see the bigger picture as well. So the bigger picture, very much the same. You sort of see, instead of having, you know, 9 touch points, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To be honest, this graph on the 4 hour chart looks a little bit more suitable, to be honest, because you can sort of see here this is the exact same pattern that's happening here. Let's look at the 15 so we see it closer. Again, very, very similar stuff. Like this is pretty much throughout all of the candlesticks, the time frames. So, you know, this is a good indicator of what we're going to see, in my opinion. And, you know, if I put this down here, so if I draw this line to connect the dots almost, you sort of see, you get to a point where we are very close. There's not much like fluctuation between the price action before something has to happen. We're going to fall through the floor, or we're going to break out and see a reversal and break new highs, I think. So going to be interesting to see. And, you know, if you all want to stay up to date with what's going on as well, be sure to follow my Twitter and subscribe to this channel and turn your notifications on. 72% of you all are not subscribed to me currently. So if you all could, you know, subscribe and, you know, have a good time with me, it'll be very much appreciated. I put a fair bit of effort into my videos. So, you know, I hope you all appreciate it. And yeah, feel free to sub. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. And without further ado, take care, ladies and gentlemen. In a bit.